All right, we're doing just head waving. So if you don't know, every year at Hoopla, there is a theme song. And you are getting a sneak peek right now, very exclusively, that this is the Hoopla song. You can start listening to it, I'll send it to you. There's some deep breaths. All right, time to get serious, people. So I'll send out the song so that you can start listening to it if you're coming to Hoopla and start memorizing all the words. Or if you're not coming to Hoopla, same thing, so that you can still feel like you're in the mix. So, and warning too, by the way, Hoopla has a lot of dancing included. So those of you who are a little hesitant to show me moves, start practicing, maybe do a little warm up, because in Nashville, you're going to have to stand up and like wave your hands around and stuff. So that's coming. All right. How was everyone's day?
Yay.
All right. So thanks everyone for joining us for our second monthly team virtual meetup. I love that we're doing this, and it was super fun last month. Super excited to see all of your faces today. We are doing this because we're so spread out geographically, and definitely still be sure to check your this in the stylist community to see where there's a in-person meetup near you. I know New York has one. When is the New York one, Jess? / Avril.
New York is next Tuesday.
Next
July
Tuesday.
17th at my new apartment.
Yay! I wish I could go.
I know.
And then there's a Raleigh meeting down here. So there are in-person meetups all over the country, of course. So it's still nice for us to be able to replicate that and see our teammates right here in this forum. But I would really encourage you to see what meetups are near you, because there's just nothing like actually sitting across the table from someone and connecting in person, and then also like picking up all the pieces from the new line, trying things on, seeing what you love. So we'll kind of kick it off with that topic and like doing what we love the most as stylists, which is geeking out over the new stuff. So would love to open things up. We're going to just chat through sampling a little bit, and would love to kick it off by hearing from each of you what pieces or piece, it's hard to choose just one, you are the most excited about from this new collection. So I'll go first. I am the most excited about those red statement earrings. Obviously you can tell I like colorful statement earrings. The red ones that are like late to the party. When I saw that they were late to the party, I like a little piece of my heart like cried, because I'm so excited to wear those. I love those. I love absolutely everything, but that is what I'm super excited about. And I'm Charlotte, by the way. Also, maybe just everyone say your name and where you're from. Newly from Durham, North Carolina, as of like 2 weeks ago. So super excited to be settling in down here.
Jess, New York City. I apologize if this is crazy loud behind me. So the reason I joined as a stylist was our Pegasus necklace. Like, hands down, the reason I joined. And the fact that now, 7 years later, they are coming out with earrings and a bracelet, I am dead. The craftsmanship behind these pieces is insane. So I am super excited to get those guys.
Hey, can you guys hear me? I kept wondering if I was on or not.
I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So I am Avril in New York, and what I'm most excited, it's hard to choose, Charlotte. FYI, it seems like you're just eating your way through North Carolina or Durham.
I truly am. Hopefully you guys, I'll be able to still fit into my Stella.clothes that I'm ordering. We'll see. To be determined.
I know, right? I'm enjoying it. So keep posting. It's hard to choose. It's hard to choose which one. I think just the everyday essentials. Because for me, I always think in terms of what will my clients purchase? What will they get excited to try on? And they did a really, really great job with the everyday essentials. You can't go wrong with that, right? That's like the base of your collection. So all of it, all of it, all the things, as Jess would say, I want it all. So that's that for me. Everyday essentials.
Love it.
I'm Virginia from Virginia, and I'm so excited for that May necklace. Oh my gosh, I'm a sucker for a statement necklace, and I cannot wait to get that in my hands. And I may have ordered today and ordered like 7 tops, which is way more than I've ever done. So super excited. I got both of the new Addie tops. I'm super excited about this.
Virginia, did you grow up in Virginia?
Yes.
Well, as I was just going to say, as someone who grew up their whole life as Charlotte from Charlottesville, I just felt like I had a moment with you right there. So
Yeah. It was funny because like growing up here, it wasn't a big deal because there's a lot of Virginias. But with the second I moved to North Carolina, everybody was like, ha, ha, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And I was like, oh, I guess it is funny.
I know people say it to me like I've never heard it before. Like, wait. So you're Charlotte and you're from Charlottesville? I'm like, you're so funny.
Yeah, they still sing songs to me.
The tops, by the way, are outrageous. I haven't placed my top order. I am so excited. All the Addies, give me all the Addies. That thing, the cardigan that you can like button right here. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Dead.
I'm dying over those two. All right, who's up next?
All right,
guess-
I am. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm Catherine, and I'm here in New Jersey. As Charlotte and I say, I had to get her out of there because there's only room in Jersey for one blonde. So we obviously totally kidding. So I have to agree with Virginia. I'm a sucker for a statement necklace. So the May is probably the one that I'm most excited for. But I think next up is the Pegasus earrings, because I just think those are so cute. And I don't know, the Pegasus necklace is beautiful, but it might be a little much for me, whereas I feel like those earrings are just like a perfect blend of all the style elements of that Pegasus necklace with like easy to wear and like, you know, very, very approachable. So I'm excited for that, but I just keep loving more and more and more each time I go back. So it's going to be a tough call to like narrow it down for tomorrow's ordering.
I also love the May necklace too. I kind of forgot about that one when I was saying my favorite. I still do really like those red ones, but the May is high on my list
Which
too.
is the May one? Which is the May?
The multicolored
With the thing on the mesh on the side? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
came in
really
my cart,
pretty.
obviously.
Oh, you got that one?
I did. It just shows that you don't need to know the names of everything to sell them.
Yeah. You know, it's that colorful one with the mesh stuff.
Hey, Danielle doesn't know all the names.
Last
So.
minute thing, but everyone kept showing it, so I'm like, damn it. No, I didn't.
Hashtag stylist problems. All right, who's next? Heather, I know you were about to jump in.
Hi, I'm Heather from Charlottesville. Not raised in Charlottesville. And I think my favorite right now is the Work Hard, Play Hard bag, because I am a sucker for a bag. So
Yeah,
I have my eye on that.
Love it.
Hi, I'm Melissa from Virginia Beach, and I am super excited about the Renegade mixed metal bracelet. I love that. I also love the Work Hard, Play Hard bag in black and silver. And I just ordered the Pegasus necklace, and I can't wait for it to come. I'm super excited.
That's something worth being really excited about, for sure.
100%.
Yes, I can't wait. I love statement necklaces, and as soon as I saw that, I was in love with it. So,
Yeah. Well, I love hearing this. And I mean, basically, Avril, I'm totally with you because everything that everyone said, I was like, oh yeah, and that one too. Oh yeah, and that one too. And then I was like, wait, is there anything really that I don't like? And honestly, from this line, like it's such a hit. They really have knocked it out of the park. And
such a good job, and I think that's probably why we're all loving it, because there's so many everyday essentials. So it's like, as everyone's mentioning, I'm like, oh yeah, but that's another good one, and that's another, because they're just, that's why I'm just super excited about this line and how it's going to work for everyone. But there's so many things that are just so New York that I cannot wait to get it out there and see how the clients love it, especially that work hard, play hard bag.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys already have heard this, but in case you haven't, the nylon that we use for the bag, for that bag, is the same quality as Longchamp, and it's actually made in the same facility as, is it Longchamp as well, or yeah, that those same.
It's Kate Spade, it's Longchamp, it's all of those high end
And Tory
fashion
Burch.
for Tory Burch, all those fashion forward brands. They have chosen those facilities to make our bag. And side note, that means that, so our social responsibility, which has become like a forefront with some of my clients, is like making sure that everything is appropriately sourced and all that kind of thing, which I think is great. That means that all of those businesses also have great social responsibility, which is kind of important to me too. So I am like a huge proponent of all those brands still, and I think that's great. So side note.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, so that's just one of those things that like we can't technically like advertise that, but it's a great talking point that you can use like in your group hello or just as you're chatting one-on-one with clients. So from a sampling point of view, I love all of the resources that Stella and Dot provides in the lounge. If you don't know that it's there, if you go to the lounge and you go to product and sampling, you can pull that up there. And there is like the optimal display. There's a great spreadsheet. Catherine, was that spreadsheet that you found listed there? Because I have never seen that before. Where did you find that? The one that you emailed us?
So the funny thing about that is I kind of clicked and it became an Excel accidentally. So I don't know how I got it.
Okay.
It was from there. So there is a way to get it, but I was like on the lounge and had pulled that up and I literally like kind of accidentally clicked somewhere. So I would have to go back and try to recreate that and tell you guys how to get there. But yeah, that was really cool.
You could probably just post it to our page, our team page.
Okay.
Yeah, can you do that? Because it is so amazing because they actually give us, home office is giving us from like the merchandising and planning team, the ranking of bestsellers from the current collection and the rankings of projected bestsellers from the new line. So those are the things that they've bought the most deeply from an inventory planning perspective. So I liked to just like cross-reference, okay, what do I already have on my display? Or is there a hole? Like, am I missing the number 2 best-selling, bracelet? And then, do I want to fill that in? And then also seeing what is slated to be those top sellers. And the way that they do that, it's actually really interesting. If you're going to Hoopla, there's a all about accessories breakout where they'll walk you through the inventory planning process. And I went to it last year. I thought it was so fascinating. But the surveys that they send out to stylists, they actually use that as a really key piece of the inventory planning process. So that's a big part of how they decide how many units they're going to order of each style. But I thought it was really useful. Jess, I know you always have a lot of really good tips on sampling.
So one thing, and I usually post this every time sampling comes around, but I didn't post this as of now. Thing to make sure that you think about, obviously we want everything, right? Like we want all the things. I want all the tops, all the sweatshirts, but it was 95 degrees in New York today. No one is buying an Addy top. No one is buying that cute sweatshirt in camo, even though I am dying to get it. My budget right now doesn't allow me to buy things that I can't sell immediately. So I will be buying certain things come like September or October. With that being said too, and this is we've now been selling tops for 1 full year. And I know that they have, kind of to what Charlotte was saying, they have accommodated for certain styles, and they've really bought deeply in certain styles. But just be aware of that, because like the Love pouch, for instance, I bought, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, no one's going to buy the Love pouch because it's like that velvety material, right? No one's going to buy that to use in July. That is like a September, October, at least in New York type of thing. So just be aware of what your ideal demographic is, your area in the country. You know, we have people in San Diego, we have people in Seattle. You know, what someone buys in Seattle is going to be very different than someone buys in like Durham. You know what I mean? So just be very aware of like the market that you're currently selling to and the types of things. Like really push hard for those earrings that Charlotte's wearing right now. You know, push hard for those summer styles that you have in your arsenal, and really work on selling those as opposed to overloading your customers with fall styles that the average person doesn't think like that. And I honestly have a beef with the fashion industry, because putting out things so early, 3 or 4 months before they're sold, can be very difficult sometimes. So just keep in mind, if you have a certain amount of budget that you want to spend on this new fall collection, buy things that are going to be able to be sold to your clientele in the next couple of months, and maybe set a goal for yourself. Like, okay, I'm going to buy XYZ if I have 3 trunk shows booked for July and 3 trunk shows booked for August. Like, if that's how you roll, use that as an incentive for you to purchase more things going forward for your display. But just be very smart about it, and realize that you don't have to have everything. Everybody obviously wants this entire collection. It is incredible. But just remember to utilize your lookbooks, utilize what you have, and really style your customers with the best you can. You don't need to have everything. You don't need to go above and beyond your budget to be able to be successful in this business.
Love that. And I think
that's
it's that balance too of that's why I really love seeing that list of what the best sellers are and what they anticipate to be the best sellers, because then you can really use that to advise you to have a balance in your display of the things that are really, really sellable and appealing to all, and then throwing in a few of just like your personal favorites. I know one thing that I did that was kind of a misstep when I was newer was like kind of just buying like all of my favorite things that I loved. And I was like definitely too statement heavy, kind of missing some of those everyday essentials. Cause like, right, that's how we get drawn in here as stylists. Like we're total jewelry girls. And I remember being like, who cares about the sparkle studs? Like I do love the sparkle studs now. They're a great go-to. But when I was first new, like that would be so boring to me. Why would I not get like a big statement necklace? So I've had to like learn to adjust with that. I feel like I thought I heard someone jumping in. Who was that?
That was me, Catherine.
Oh, sorry, Catherine.
No, you're fine. I was just thinking along those lines too. That's what these meetups are great for, is being able to see the pieces in person. Because I found that super helpful. Even like, you know, Charlotte, even when I was first starting coming out with you and seeing your collection, because I could speak to the pieces that I don't carry and be able to say at a trunk show, oh my gosh, I've seen that. This is what's so beautiful about it. I mean, there are pieces that like really sell being seen in person, and there's ones that people are just going to ask about, and it's nice to be able to tell them. So I think that's the nice thing about the meetups, to see the fall line, you know, that we can't all, you know, sample the whole thing.
That's such a good point. Any other like thoughts from anyone on sampling, excuse me, or questions about sampling?
I would only say for the guys that are in New York and probably more East Coast because of the heat, as we mentioned, one thing I've noticed, and in my case, because I get to style so many different types of people, one thing has held true for the last 3 years is that when it comes to summertime, those big statement girls, nobody's picking that up. You'll still have your statement girls and such, but when you get really hot, like those light layers, those light pieces, the ones, as Charlotte says, the ones you least expect, especially for all the newbies out there where you just want all that pomp and circumstance, and it will come. but you cannot go wrong with laying that base of those everyday essentials. So it's light pieces, easy to wear. They are money, as I call them. They just bring in business for you again and again and again.
Totally. Well, and that's what I think, like, I've heard Danielle Redner say this in the past. Like, we design pieces like, you know, the May necklace and all of those showstoppers. Like, one, they are trunk show bookers. So, you know, choose one and add it to your line. But we have things like that in our line so that we can get into vogue, so that you can have street cred with your friends and your customers and your hostesses, so that they'll book with you, so that you can sell them that, like, Rhett pulley necklace, right? So,
And that's how you're going to acquire new customers too. Think about corporate referrals that are coming through because someone saw a featurette in a certain magazine, or, you know, maybe even buy the magazine and, like, keep it at your trunk show and have it open to that page. That would be really cool too.
yes. So, Jess, I know you might have to hop off here in a
My
second.
phone's about to die. I'm really sorry.
Do you have did you pull the Stack Up Your Style earners?
I did. So I'm going to just give some shout outs to some people. So first of all, Charlotte and Avril, killing it. Girls are so close to glam level 1. They scooped up level 4 in sampling. So absolutely, just as always, you guys are so amazing. And then I just wanted to give a shout out to, oh my gosh, these guys are so drunk. I'm so sorry. You probably can't. I'm going to give a shout out to Valerie, Kelly, and Kristen for scooping up level 2. They worked their butts off. They scooped up $44 in lookbooks, and oh my gosh, the remind me what level 2 is, Charlotte?
It's $300 for $99.
$300 for $99, which is insane. And then we have a slew of girls in my Gen 1 who earns level 1. Andrea, Stephanie, Jamie, Ashley, Davina, Marley, Arlene, Danita, and Kristen. Like, they work their butts off. They have a flexible business that is there for them when they need it. And they earned tons of great commission, and then they earned great style rewards. So I just wanted to give them a quick shout out. You guys are great.
Yay.
So my phone is literally going to cut me off. So have a great rest of the meeting, you guys, and I will see you on our Facebook team page.
Yay. Thanks for hopping on with us, Jess. Sorry you have to cut out soon. Okay, so let me do some recognition as well. So big shout out to Virginia for earning the, what is it? What is even the coupon? Level 3 of sampling. What is it?
600 for 198.
Woo!
Yes.
That's what it is.
That's how I got all those tops.
Yes, all the tops. So good. And then, hold on, let me make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Where is it? Wow. Okay, you guys, I cannot get this pulled up correctly. I'm going to post it on our team page later. I'm so sorry I can't give you a shout out right now. I know, Heather, I know you earned level 2. Catherine, you earned it as well. But I'm going to post a full list because I'm having trouble pulling this up. So I apologize. But I want to just take a moment again to highlight Stack Up Your Style. And I am going to actually pull up what the levels are so that I can speak to them, because I know I posted this on our team page recently, that this is a new program that just got launched at the beginning of Q2, and it's a really awesome way. It's kind of like your evergreen Jumpstart, like Jumpstart forever and ever. We all know how amazing Jumpstart is. It is like the way to rack up that base of your optimal display in your first 60 days. It's just like so incredible that as a brand new stylist, you're not only getting paid in commission, but you're getting paid in product credit. And think about Stack Up Your Style as like Jumpstart for all, forever and ever, going on forward. So each quarter, you're tracking towards a sampling rewards level for the new collection that comes out. So just as a reminder, right now in July, it's the fall collection that's launching. In October, it will be the holiday line. So you're starting right now over these next 3 months earning towards your sampling coupon or sampling rewards for October. So I know it can be a little bit crazy to start thinking about that now because you're like, girl, I am still trying to figure out what I'm ordering tomorrow for this current line. But as I mentioned, you might have started to see everything that was coming out for the new line and had that moment of like, oh crap, like that's what that whole stack up your style new thingy was. It kind of like I saw it flying by in the cosmos and I just didn't really realize what was going on with it. If that was you, like we've all been there. But it's good to have that aha moment now and think like, okay, I'm going to take the bull by the horns for this quarter and really be intentional about what level I'm going to earn. So there are 3 basic levels and you just decide what level works for you and your lifestyle and how much time you want to commit to your business. I think the beauty of it is that really all the levels are awesome. So whether you want to be a consistent stylist that sells 500 every month and get rewarded with $100 bonus of product credit, or whether you want to really go big and sell 2,500 every single month and get that larger coupon of 600 for 198. Anywhere in between is awesome. And I would really love that middle level, the 300 for 99. That's for selling $1,000 every single month of the quarter. That's really one trunk show a month. So I really love that level. I think it's really doable for anyone who's doing this as a part-time gig. And I think it's a really great way to get rewarded. And of course, if you want to go for that top level, you are like, that sounds amazing, but actually I want more. You always have the option to in any given month. If you sell, if you go for Stellar Seller, which is 5,000 in sales for the month, you get an extra you get an extra $100 product credit bonus in any month that you choose. And then there's even rewards for more product credit beyond that called Style Council and Style Council Elite, where you're tracking towards certain annual sales goals. So if you're interested in learning more about that, let me know. So think about that now, what level you want to go for. We actually started that conversation on our team page last week. And what I really would love to envision us doing is matching up everyone who's going for the same level over the quarter so that you can kind of pace with that group and of course have more new friends from our team and share ideas and just hold each other accountable and celebrate one another. So stay tuned for just, if you haven't commented on that post yet, would love to have you comment to jump in and join with that. Does anyone have any questions at all about Stack Up Your Style? If you don't ask it right now, you can never, ever ask a question about it ever again. Just kidding. Of course, you can ask later. And there's all the details in Stellaverse as well. If you go into the training and more section, and then I think it's under SD rewards, there is a full breakdown of it there. So if you are the kind of gal that likes to just look into all the details, you can check that out. Okay, then I just want to wrap things up. Zoom, we are, we're frugal businesswomen on this Stella and Dot team. So we use the free version of Zoom that kicks you off after talking for 45 minutes. So we have 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining, and we're going to use that time for just a few quick tips to rock your summer schedule. I know this is the time of year where things get kind of crazy and busy, and schedules are weird because if you have kids, they might be out of school. Of course, there's lots of travel, lots of vacations, weddings, just so many different things going on. Maybe your full-time work schedule is wonky, or maybe it's a little bit more lax and you want to be able to take a little bit more time to chill at the pool. The beauty of this business is that you really can still achieve your goals regardless of what's going on. So the first thing that I would urge you to do is to just pull out your calendar and actually mark off the dates that you're not available. So maybe the dates that you're on vacation, that you have other things going on. And then look at all the dates that are still left. What I've found is that even in months where I feel like I'm crazy busy and traveling all over and have all these vacations, if I actually look at the time that I do have available, it's actually kind of more than I thought. I don't know if anyone else has, maybe has had a similar experience, but even if I have a vacation and a couple of other things, you know, maybe if that's blocking off like 10 days out of the month, like there's still, you know, if there's 30 days in the month, there's still 20 other days that could be available to do trunk shows or online style sessions or work with clients one-on-one. So that is one great way to rock your business in the summertime. The other piece too is to really take advantage of travel that you might have. So if you're going somewhere on a vacation or if you're visiting family that lives somewhere else, could you book a style session while you're there? The beauty of that is that it makes all of your travel tax deductible. Talk to your tax professional about that if you want to have more details. But even if you don't book a trunk show while you're there, like could you do a one-on-one style session? Of course, like make sure that you're bringing a tote with all of your cute jewels for you to wear, have lookbooks to pass out on the go. So still, just because you're on the go and you're traveling, you're still in business. You still have an e-commerce website that's open, you know, 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day. And then lastly, right now through the end of August, I actually love that this is for both July and August, we have the hostess bonus, which is really highlighting the essential hammered hoops. But I want to make sure everyone knows that it's actually an extra product credit that the hostess receives when her style session is qualified with 500 in sales. So that's a great tool and hook to use for hostesses. Because of course, if we're feeling like there's a lot going on, we're busy, we're traveling, this, that, and the other thing, that's going on with our hostesses too. But just because it's summertime doesn't mean that people don't want to have fun with their friends. And so you can really use that extra booking bonus to seal the deal.
How long is that for? Is that just July?
It's through the end of August.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, which is so awesome.
Very.
So those are really just my three like key tips. Who else has, does anyone have a tip they want to share or questions? We have 5 minutes left. So Avril, I know you've slayed it for several summer seasons. Do you have any like specific things? I even think just your point before about focusing on like those lighter layers and summer styles is really smart. Oh, I think you're muted.
So a few seconds from you there. Just think in terms of your clients. It's so easy, and it's what we love about the line. So by all means, think of yourself and have fun with that. But think of your clients, think of where you are right now. And for me, I find that that just works really, really well because they will naturally gravitate to what you have presented. So make sure you're positioning yourself from a point of strength. What's happening in their world right now? They're going on vacations, they're traveling, they want to look good. Brunch season is officially open and popping, so they need to look great. So give them what they want. So let's just have fun with it and put yourself out there. The things will come.
I love that. Avril, you're always so good at just really coming from that place of service.
What I enjoy the most about this, well, one of the things I enjoy the most about this, happy clients.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing. My other one last tip I'll leave you with too is maybe like when you're doing your reach outs, pad them a little bit because, you know, we normally know that in order to book one, you've got to reach out to 10. I'd maybe like bump it up a little bit to like 15. That's just because I like to come from a conservative point of view and I would rather reach out to more. But just knowing that people are on vacation and traveling and all those things, like I'd rather up my numbers a little bit. So that's a little piece of advice too.
Can I share a tip not to do?
Yes.
So Charlotte and I have already talked about this, but I had a style session over the weekend and I was trying to make room for a lot of my new things. So I brought like some of my sample style items and it like totally killed the style session. Like they all my sample sale things and only, you know, she barely qualified and I'm working to make sure that she gets more. But so just a tip, something I just didn't think about. I was like excited to try to make room and I thought it'd be a good idea, but definitely take advantage of Cheddar Up and like I do a online auction on like my VIP group, but I will not be bringing any more sample sale items to trunk shows.
Or you could try to make it extremely strategic where you don't bring all your sample sale stuff for sure, but you bring like maybe 3 to 4 and use it as a hook to book for the guys that are
Yes.
there. Yes, they're getting that booking bonus. So let your hostess know, hey, encourage this person because you're getting extra, but let it be that little extra little sweetening of the pot, because that cash in the hand is great, but another booking is gold.
Absolutely.
You can give that a try.
Yeah, that's a really good tip. And Virginia, honestly, like I think it's also just a great example of like we're all always learning in this business and like trying new things and maybe realizing, okay, that didn't really go how I wanted it to. But the number one thing is like showing up, trying, doing your best, and then like evaluating. And sometimes that is like taking a step back and course correcting a little bit. So I like applaud you for, you know, doing it, doing something, taking action in your business, and then also like being willing to share with us so that we can all learn together.
Yes, learn from my
I appreciate
mistakes.
All right, well, we have less than a minute left, y'all. So are there any like last thoughts or any burning questions? Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to hop on. Again, this is going to be a monthly thing every second Tuesday of the month at 8 p.m. I would love any feedback on, you know, what you would like from these meetings and what you're enjoying about them, what you think could be better. Because like I said, this is only the second one that we've done. So would love to hear what you want from it and how it can serve you even better. So thanks again for hopping on, and I can't wait to see you guys next time.
Can I say one thing real quick? If you guys haven't watched Danielle's Zoom from today, watch it. It was very helpful.
The Training Tuesday.
That's all. Yeah, the Training Tuesday about growing your team. It was phenomenal. Can't say about
I'll
it.
share one more last thought before we get kicked off. So you guys probably know if you don't, I'm in the Maven program with Stella and I. It's a like growth program that's led by Danielle Redner. She has offered to all of us who are in the Maven program next Thursday at noon Eastern time an exclusive call for anyone on our team. So everybody who's here and everyone in the Chain Gang is invited to this. A exclusive training call with Danielle Redner on sponsoring. So save the date, next Thursday, July 19th at noon. This is a really big deal. This is Danielle Redner carving time out of her personal schedule to like do this training for us. So I'm super excited about it, and I hope a lot of us will be able to hop on. Yay!
Thanks.
All right, everyone. Have a good evening.